This presentation briefly explains how to set up your Westlaw access by creating a new 1Pass profile. This is not for folks who already have had Westlaw access under an existing 1Pass profile. Again, to create a new 1Pass profile, you'll click this link here to go to the next screen. On this next screen, you will enter in a registration key. You will have received this by email or in paper form, and the key will look something like this. It will be numbers followed by a dash and then a series of capital letters and then a number at the end. You will enter this in exactly. My recommendation is to copy and paste it from the email which you receive. Keep in mind that if you enter in your registration key in an incorrect format or with incorrect information, the system will tell you that it is not valid. I've done one of those things here by inserting a lowercase letter where in fact an uppercase letter is what's called for. Additionally, if you insert spaces at the end or other types of punctuation, the system will also reject it. So look carefully if you're getting this red outline and paste that information in precisely as it reads. Or if you're having difficulty, call the reference attorneys immediately at 1-800-REF-ATTY. If you paste in the registration key correctly, this field will turn black, and you'll have the opportunity to enter in a friendly name and email address. The friendly name is used to distinguish Westlaw access from different sources. I work with law schools, so many people will have different friendly names because they have different ways of getting Westlaw access. One way through the school, the other way in their practice, and so on. Then you'll have the opportunity to enter in your email address and hit continue. On this next screen, you will fill out all of these pieces of information with special emphasis to the username and password. It is this information you will use to log in to Westlaw. Please note that with your username and password, both of these first two lines must turn green. Here I have entered in a username that is not the required length. You'll notice it must be between 8 and 70 characters, and so that will not do, and it won't turn green. You'll notice that now this username is good enough, but now the password has not had these first two lines turn green. That is because I need 3 of the below 5 character classes, and right now I only have 2. Let's try again. You'll notice right now I've had it turn green, which is great because it has 3 of the 5. However, when you confirm the password, it has to be the same. And if you don't do that correctly, again, the system will let you know. Now that we've done everything correctly, it all looks square. My username is the required length, and the password and confirmed password are both compliant with the requirements and both consistent with each other. Lastly, 1Pass requires 3 security questions so that way it can help you if you need to reset your password. Fill those out, recall your answers, and then create profile. Before you move on, make sure you record your username and password in a safe place. You'll be back at the Westlaw sign-in screen where you will enter in the username and password which you have set up. I highly recommend one of these 3 options if you'd like to make logging in easier next time. Personally, I use the save my username and password so that information is ready for me. Just check that box right there and then hit the sign-in button. You'll now be presented with this screen where you can select a client ID. This is how private firms and government agencies and corporations track their usage of Westlaw for reporting purposes. You'll notice that you can type in anything here, and when you hit continue, you'll be taken to your Westlaw homepage. From the Westlaw homepage, I want to show you a couple of quick things. By scrolling to the bottom of the Westlaw homepage, you will always see these contact information pieces. 1-800-REF-ATTY is a 24/7 hotline where you can be connected to the reference attorneys who can help answer your questions regarding Westlaw. That information is provided here, 1-800-733-2889. They'll also be able to connect you to your in-person training and account management team. They're also available by live chat and by email. Before we conclude, a brief note about the Preferences screen, which is available at the bottom of any Westlaw window. By left-clicking on that Preferences tab and then Billing at the top, I'll discuss briefly what happens when you go outside your Westlaw plan. Before going outside your Westlaw plan, you will be notified with a brown out-of-plan banner as well as a warning pop-up screen. It's like the difference between the buffet zone and the a la carte zone. There will be warnings before you go into the a la carte zone. So when you go there, there are a couple ways by which you can be billed. One way is to be billed transactionally, a single flat fee for both accessing and printing the document. Generally, this is the most cost-effective selection because if you are hourly, your out-of-plan billing will be determined by how long you are actually on the document. Secondly, if you choose to be billed hourly, or if you choose to deliver the document without viewing it, this second section comes into play. Generally, billing by document is the most cost-effective if you are going out of plan. The next thing you'll want to do when your settings look like this is to save your document and keep in mind that changes in pricing method for sessions and deliveries will take effect the next time you sign into Westlaw. However, there are plenty of great resources to make sure that you are staying within your plan and accessing things that are in your subscription. Again, call the reference attorneys at 1-800-REF-ATTY with questions and clarification and to be connected with your in-person training and account management team. Thanks for listening and happy researching.